Hello, my name is Chris Sosa, and today I'm going to be talking about how donations can change education. How can you water and care for a plant without the necessary tools to help watch that plant grow? For example, watering cans, fertilizer, etc. This is the situation that so many of our leaders in education deal with today. Being a part of North Carolina public schools and volunteering at many more out of the county, I have seen firsthand about what education really needs in their classrooms and how much they are really set back with funding. Today I'm going to talk about how big of an impact a small simple donation of school supplies, such as backpacks, pencils, pens, chargers, can help teachers in the classrooms to help our youth. Over the past year, I've been going to CTE teachers and regular core class teachers, asking them all about if they feel like they have been able to provide the education that these kids deserve with the amount of utensils and things they need in the classroom. Over 50% of CTE teachers who get federal funding for things they need in their own classrooms said that they do not meet what they need to provide the best education they possibly can. Over 95% of the core class teachers I asked, that being history, English, math, and social studies, all these teachers have said that they have not had the funding that they needed to provide the best education, and most of them end up paying out of their own pocket. So many classrooms are under-supported and are in need of financial aid or donations to help the teachers educate. Most teachers have to pay out of their own pocket to support the classrooms that they have. Via the out-of-pocket spending on school supplies adds strain to educators of the NEA.org. Over 90% of teachers spend their own money on school supplies and other items their students need to succeed. Most teachers have issues affording what they need. With North Carolina being in the top 40s of the pay grade of teachers, most teachers now are struggling tremendously to try to fill the classroom with tools they need to educate. According to Communities for Education for Every Child in North Carolina, under-resourced schools are unstated expectations that educators will spend their own money on supplies and equipment are factors that drive educators away from the profession. With education being one of the least paying jobs, it is so hard to get students like myself to go to colleges, to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loans just to become a teacher, that the return on investment is not good for most of these people. One thing you can do to help is work with your local school in the area to see what kind of supplies are needed most. I know personally, at Havelock High School, one of the biggest issues is pencils. A lot of kids are embarrassed to ask people for pencils and ask for school supplies because of the stigma that comes with it. Helping teachers provide the education of our students, this helps us provide the education of our students that the next generation deserves. According to the article, Transformation Education Through Generosity, in children as young as 2 years old, studies have demonstrated a remarkable link between giving and happiness, indicating that very young ages brains designed to help instinctually are rewarding. This link persists into adulthood in access cultures all over the world. This shows that kids who get donated to earlier in their careers, such as primary school and middle school, this shows that these kids are more likely to come back and help as much as they can with kids their age. This is a big circle that keeps on giving. Imagine a classroom in one of the rougher cities in America. Now imagine that the future of the kids could look like with them not having the education they deserve and what trouble they could get into. And that is filled, and now imagine it's a classroom that is filled with all what they need to succeed. That being pencils, technology, everything they need to succeed. The difference can be so huge for these kids. Picture yourself one day working with some of these kids that you didn't to help, either hiring them into your workplace or just seeing them on the street. These kids deserve an equal opportunity to be educated. Without proper funding and donations, maybe a kid who could have been helped and could have been taken out of harm's way got thrown right back into it because they did not have the tools they needed that was a necessity for their education. Now you know what classrooms of America really need and how you can be prepared to help. Reach out to your local and public and private schools to see what is needed and how you can be helped through donations today. So many students in America are underprivileged, and with teachers being underpaid, it can make it so hard for them to be in the classroom and get the materials that they need. What can you do to help our next generation?